En Cisco Live 2015 y vamos a platicar de un software que se lanzó este año, del que hemos escuchado mucho aquí en este evento. Para eso está conmigo Navin Albert, él es Product Marketing Manager de Cisco. Navin, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Great, thank you very much. I have been hearing a lot of Cisco One software. What is it?
Great, that's a great question. Before I start, let me tell you something about what our customers have been asking for us. Our customers have been saying, hey Cisco, we love your products. We love your hardware and we love your software, but there are just a lot of options and a lot of licenses in software, right? They have to decide what hardware they want to buy first, right? We have a lot of hardware, and then each hardware comes bundled with some kind of software, and they have to pick from many different licenses. And then they have to pick the meter, like sometimes we meter our software using devices, sometimes it's users, so it's very confusing to our customers. So we listened to our customers and we said, hey, we're going to simplify this. That's how Cisco One software came about. So we separated our hardware and our software, and we took all our infrastructure software and we created simple business outcome based solution suites. And those solution suites are Cisco One. To give you a bit of an example, about 25 years ago, Microsoft had Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Right? They put that together and created Microsoft Office. So now nobody buys those separately. They buy it as Office because it's a solution. It's the same thing with Cisco One. We're taking all our software and we're creating solution suites with it.
And what kind of solutions does it offer?
Great question. So we have three suites. We have data center, WAN, and access. So that's all our infrastructure software, divided into three suites: data center, WAN, and access. And you have two simple choices to make. You either buy foundation or you buy advanced. That's all the choice you have to make. And we have something called advanced security. That's for the security layer.
Okay, and why is Cisco doing this? Like, what is Cisco's strategy?
Okay, again, we have a new management under Chuck Robbins. We have a whole new management team. And a lot of people don't realize that Cisco is a very large software company. People think of Cisco as a hardware company, but if you took all the software that Cisco had, built a separate company with it, it would be one of the 10 largest software companies in the world. So our management wants to make Cisco a bigger and better software company. And as part of that, we have a 4-pillar strategy. So we want to make user experience first. We want to be simple and open, so we incorporate a lot of open source software into our software strategy, and also we have open APIs, so we want to be open. And we also want to be ready for the cloud era. So we're moving more and more of our software to cloud. We've already done so. We're one of the largest SaaS companies where we're enabling our customers to go to the cloud, and we're moving most of our software into the cloud. That's one of our pillars. Our final pillar is what we call flexibility. And Cisco One is part of that pillar of flexibility. We want to make it easy for our customers to do business with us. So we want to offer flexible ways for them to consume our software. And that's part of the strategy, and that's where Cisco One comes in.
So as you were telling us, there's a lot of license in Cisco. So is Cisco One an enterprise licensing agreement, or what's the difference?
Okay. So before that, let me tell you about some benefits about Cisco One.
Okay.
I think, yes, Cisco's doing this. What are the benefits for our customers? There are 4 benefits for our customers. First, they get simpler suites, so it's simple for them to choose. Like I said, all they have to do is pick between foundation and advanced. So it's very simple, and it's also priced, we call better together pricing. Okay. What that means, what we mean by better together pricing is this. I'll give you the Microsoft example again. So if you take Microsoft, if you buy Word, it's $100 separately. If you buy Excel, it's another $100. If you buy PowerPoint, it's another $100. So that's $300 in total, right? But if you buy Microsoft Office as a whole, that's just $150, right? So as a package, it's lower than the individual components, and you get more value out of it. This is what we call better together pricing. So that's the first benefit of Cisco One for our customers. The second benefit is what we call license portability. When you buy hardware from Cisco, you can currently the software is bundled with the hardware. So let's say you buy some hardware and software from Cisco, you keep it for 4 or 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you want to replace the hardware. You got a new generation of hardware, you want to get new hardware, right? You have to throw away the software and buy new software because the hardware and software are always bundled together. With Cisco One, we're getting rid of that. We're separating the hardware from the software. So when you replace your hardware, you just keep your old software licenses and you don't have to buy it again. So that's what we call license portability. That's our second benefit. The third benefit is what we call access to ongoing innovation. These days, companies are changing fast. I'm sure you've been talking about it all day, right? Digitization, software is changing fast. So we want to help our customers keep up with our software innovation. Cisco acquires a lot of companies. We just acquired Landcope a couple of days ago. We acquired 3 companies a couple of days ago. So we're always adding to our software portfolio. And when we add more to our software portfolio and we add to Cisco One, any customer that bought Cisco One before this, if we decide to add a new software license into Cisco One, they get access to it. So they can keep up with the technology. They don't have to keep buying new and newer licenses. As Cisco acquires more technology, Cisco builds more technology, we put it into Cisco One and they get access to it. Of course, they have to have a support contract to do this. The fourth one is called flexibility. I'll go back to the Microsoft example. You can buy Microsoft Office for $150 and you own the software, right? That's what we call perpetual licensing. You don't have to pay Microsoft again. But they have this other model called Microsoft Office 365, where you don't own the software, you just subscribe to it. So it's like $6 per user per month. As long as you pay the subscription, you have the software. So Cisco is also bringing subscription licensing to our customer with Cisco One. So those are the 4 benefits of Cisco One.
And how do I know my company needs this software?
That's a great question. So your company, if you're dealing with a lot of complexity in software, you need to keep your innovation going. You don't want to spend a lot of money on managing the software. You want to reduce your operational expenses, then you're a good fit for Cisco One. We're urging most of our customers to go into Cisco One. Let me answer your question about ELAs before we go on, because I don't want to forget that question. A lot of customers are asking us, is Cisco One an ELA? No, Cisco One's not an ELA. Cisco One is the product itself. It's a solution-based suite of the products. ELAs is enterprise licensing agreements are a way to buy Cisco One or any other software from Cisco. So if you're a large enterprise and you come to me and say, hey Cisco, I think I have 10,000 routers in my organization. I want to operate the software on the routers. But I don't want to sit and license every one of them and count every one of them. So what Cisco does is Cisco signs an enterprise licensing agreement with that customer, and we come up with a price that we agree on, and then we don't check your license. Every time you want a license, we just generate one, right? So that's an enterprise licensing agreement. It's not the same as Cisco One. Cisco One is the infrastructure software itself.
And when was it launched?
Cisco One it's quite recent. We launched it in Cisco Live in Berlin in January. Ever since then, we've had a great run. It's just been very exciting for us. In a short time of about 9 months, we've added over 3,000 customers. That's 3,000 customers, right, in 8 months. And we've also turned over 25% of the Fortune 500 companies have now switched to Cisco One software because they see the value in the solutions. Instead of buying it piecemeal and increasing their own operational expenses, they see the value in going to Cisco One. And more people are adopting it.
And where can customers learn more about it?
Definitely. So we have a booth right here in Cancun. If you're in Cancun, come over to our booth and we'll be glad to explain it to you. We have Whisper Suites, which if you're watching it from your office or from home, you can go to cisco1.com/go/one. Or just Google Cisco One software and you'll find all about it.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Navin.
Thank you so much.